Hey, it's MK, and today I am with a Messy Monday layout for you guys today. I'm also playing along with Mix It Up Monday, and today's sketch is by Christine Steele Harden, and I'm playing along with Scraptember, which the prompt for today is new supply. So for the month of September, for Messy Monday, we have gelatos and art crayon as our media of choice. So I have picked out, oh, you guys, I have to tell you, these products have been on my desk for years. Like, these little squares came from a Groundhog Day layout that I did. This little cluster I created during a cluster class that I had probably 2-3 years ago, 2023. 2022, somewhere in there. This picture was taken of my bored husband shopping with us, and he put K and J together, so I thought that was kind of cute. I have this stencil by Scrappy Reflections that I love to use. I just haven't found my favorite way to use it yet. And so I think this video is it, really, honestly. I also have a white cardstock so I can do my stencil on, and then my base page is actually going to be a sheet of corrugated paper. So for my new supply, I have the brand new color kit from Shimmers for the month of September. So I have Inklings in Blew My Mind and the Twinklings in Mind Your Business. I love these new pans, you guys. They are not the little jars, they are the pans, and I am loving them. Like, I want to buy all the colors again in these pans as opposed to in the jars. That's where I'm at right now. So I'm super stoked. I also have 2 sprays. This one here is brand new. It's called Fire and Spice. I am so looking forward to it. And then, did you guys see the hot pink one? Yeah, it's hot pink, and that's the one I'm going to use today. I'm not going to use all of them, just the hot pink one. So for my gelatos, I have 2 Galaxy gelatos, and basically that just means that there's a little bit of shimmer and shine to them when you move your page around. And then the rest of them are just plain that came in the starter set, but the metallic silver also came in the starter set. So there was a couple metallics, I think a gold and a silver. I don't really remember. I'm not sure which colors, so I'm going to do a little swatch really quick just to make sure that the colors I picked out are good. And then the product that I'm not going to use, I'm going to go and put away, but the product that I will use, I'll leave on my desk. So the first thing I want to do is trim my photo down just a little bit more, and I'm loving the white border, so I'm looking for a scrap of white cardstock that I can just use really quickly as my white border. And then I'm going to trim my photo down ever so slightly. Now, I also have to apologize to Christine because while my intentions were good, I totally deviated from the sketch entirely. I had a plan. I was getting ready to initiate said plan, and poof, it was gone. So it just happened just like that. But if you look at the end result, it actually does look like where her pictures are, where the 2 stripes of or strips of pattern paper and her embellishments. It's the rest of the layout that just went wonky, like totally in its own direction. And I do apologize because I kind of got a little carried away with what I was attempting to do. And then in the end, it's like, oh, darn, I feel like I messed up on my heart. And I really want to go back and redo it, if I'm being honest. I really want to just rip up this whole layout and redo what I did with the heart. But you'll see. Okay, so the first thing I did with my corrugated, because this is an A flute, which means that they're about 1/4 of an inch high, I took my brayer and smashed them all down. And now it's about 1/8 of an inch high. It's perfect. Well, it's actually not even that. It's pretty thin. And then I sprayed it with the new Fire and Ice spray. And now I'm taking my gelato and I'm coloring around all of my little hearts. I'm not pushing very hard because gelatos are very soft, or art crayons in general are very, very soft. And so I'm not pushing very hard. I'm just pushing enough to get the color on the stencil. And I'm doing this off of my paper because I didn't want any marks on my paper, just in case the mark is too dark. Then I was started with a paper towel, and I realized the paper towel's not getting into the hearts the way I want it to. So I brought in my blender brush, and I made sure that there was no color. I am not cheating. I'm not using inks, I promise. I'm just bringing that color off of the stencil and into onto my paper. So just using the blender brush. I used to have a stippling brush from Nuvo, but I really didn't understand its purpose. And now I do. Now I get what it was for. It's for this process here. But also, too, I didn't like it because every time I used it, it would lose like needles or hair. I don't know. It was just crazy. So yeah, I don't know if I even have that tool anymore. So I went and I cleaned off my darker pink brush and made sure that it was not full of ink either, because I did not want to change the color of my gelatos. And now I'm just blending in what I have for this darker purple, giving my hearts a little shadowing. And so as you can tell, I put the darker one a little lighter than I did the light one. The light one I went really heavy with, and then the dark one I just went and did a small little line. Now I'm going to rub all of this in really, really well with a paper towel just to make sure I don't smear anything. I'd rather smear it on my own terms than smear it, some other way and then it ruined the whole thing. So I just wiped the whole thing down with a paper towel. And now I'm going to cut out the heart. That's where I should have stopped. But I kept going. I cut out all of it. And I don't like it. I knew I didn't like it. I didn't like it when I laid the layout together. I just knew I should have left it in the heart stage. But it's me, and I like to keep going, and I like to try new things. That's what I do. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to fussy cut out these two little small hearts that kind of finished off the heart down at the bottom, and use those as embellishments later. But I'm going to try my hardest to make this heart work. Now, my brain, even as of right now, back then and right now, I want to take this heart and do it over again. Like I want to do the gelato. I want to cut it out and just have it as a heart and leave it that way. Because what I don't like is the openness that's left. Because honestly, my story is about how adorable my husband is. To be honest, because that was cute. He took the little letters and made K and J on the shelf because he was bored. I believe this is a junk shop where my oldest daughter loves. That's where she gets her clothes. Hand-me-downs, junk shops, secondhand shops, any kind of shop like that. That is where she goes shopping. That is where she finds her clothes. She is an old soul at heart. I just absolutely adore her for that. She does not need brand new clothes. She never has. I think the last brand new clothes that we bought her was at like age 5, if I'm being honest. After that, she just has always loved hand-me-downs. And she loves thrift store shopping. Absolutely. And not thrift store as in the trinkets and things, but for clothes. She absolutely loves the older clothes. And so, of course, she's clothes shopping, and my husband just finds these letters and makes it up, and it's adorable. And I just wanted to document that. And I have had all of this product, minus the brand new product and the gelatos, sitting on my desk for years. I just have not done this layout. I did not know how. I did not know why. But I had the cluster made. I had the die cut doilies. You guys, do you remember Quick Cuts? Yeah, those are where those doilies are from. Huge oldie tool, right? I have the dies. I don't own the tool anymore. But Quick Cuts, that's how old these are. I'm just saying. And then same with the vellum doily is also a Quick Cuts doily. Just saying. And if you guys don't know what Quick Cuts is, it is it's a manual die machine where they were metal dies with thin foam in between. And it was like a press, like you put your product, your paper in, and you pressed it really hard. And sometimes I had to stand up and press it just to get these doilies to work. They started off with, I think, 2x2s and then went all the way up to 4x4s. And I don't know if they made them any bigger than that. But they were way before the rolling Sizzix ones that you guys see now, the manual rolling ones. And now there's so many to choose from. It's who knows which one is the best. But yeah, that's where those are from. The frames are from one of my Groundhog's layouts, the Groundhog Day layouts. And honestly, I have been doing the Groundhog Day layouts for, I think, 4 years now. So yeah, I don't know if this is from the second one or the third one. I have no clue. But yes, all of this product has been sitting in a pile that I've just been shuffling from this spot over to this spot, over to this spot. And finally, I just decided, you know what? Today's the day I'm going to do it, because it really went with Christine's layout, with her sketch, with the lines at the bottom, the embellishments at the top, on the side, and then that photo. I can just combine the two photos and make it one horizontal photo. And it was perfect. It's the background of her sketch that I did not do. I just got carried away with the stencil and doing what I want to do with this stencil, and totally threw the sketch out the window. And I do apologize about that. That was not my intention. My intention was to actually use the doilies as those 3 paper strips. That was my intention. And I don't know where I went with that. Because, now I'm just trying to make stuff up as I go and hope I like it in the end. That's basically what I'm doing. So to outline my heart a little bit more, I added some more silver gelato. I wanted to give it that good shadow effect going on. And then, of course, I get a phone call, so I had to answer the phone. I do apologize about that, you guys. But then I go and I'm just very lightly. It does not take a lot to apply the gelatos. Like I said, I said this earlier, I don't remember when, but I have not really gotten into the art crayons or gelatos. And so I suggested, when Janet and I plan what product we are going to do for a month, I suggested this. For one, it's a good lead out of watercolor, because a lot of people use their art crayons and gelatos as a watercolor. And so it was a really great lead out from watercoloring into crayons, because you have another watercolor product. But I don't want to share with you guys more watercolor products, more watercolor ways, and things like that. I wanted to share with you guys what else you could do. And this is one of them, is definitely color with your crayons, use them as inks, things like that. I love the stencil technique with the blender brush. It's just a beautiful smooth color. It goes on really, really well. And you use up all the color. Like, you don't have to keep re-inking. It's already all right there. And you just rub it all in, and it's a one and done type of thing, instead of just reapplying your ink every time for every few inches. So anyways, applying my hearts back, I was hoping if I got them right back where Sandy had them in her layout, that I would like it. But to me, it looks like a broken heart. It looks like I'm trying to tell you guys a sad story rather than a lovey-dovey story, which I haven't even told you guys a lovey-dovey story yet. It's just my husband's adorable. I just have to say that out loud. I'm sorry. I'm not bragging. I promise. It's just some of the things that he does. It just puts a smile on my face. So I just can't fix the broken heart. It just looks like a broken heart. Do I add stitching to it and sew it together? But then no, then it really looks like a broken heart. I just don't know. So in my brain, I want to go back and fix the heart so that way it's white on the inside and solid. But then if I do that, I can't get the intermixing of my rectangles, right? I don't get that effect that I want. So yeah, it's all over the place. I don't know what to do. I left it like this, but part of me wants to take out that heart and redo it. So let me know what you guys think. It is like this as of right now. I have not touched it, changed it, fixed it, nothing. I'm just telling you guys what my brain wants me to do with it. But my laziness, my procrastinator in me is saying, no, it's good. Leave it. It's finally done and off your desk and woohoo, move on. That is what she is telling me. But my brain is saying, no, it's wrong. You're trying to be lovey-dovey. You're trying to tell how, how amazing your husband is or whatever, and you have a broken heart. Well, yeah, but it's not meant to be a broken heart. It's just a scattered heart. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the heart. Should I fix it? Should I not? And these gems are uber old. They are from close to my heart, and they are microscopically tiny. Oh my stars. I could barely get them off the package and then off my finger. Like, they are tiny. I don't know if tweezers would have helped. I have no idea. But I ended up using all of them because I only had a little bit on this plastic sheet and a little bit on that plastic sheet and a little bit on another plastic sheet. And so I'm like, I'm done. This is how it's going to be. When I pull out enamel dots, it's going to be all or nothing in at least the same color, right? I'm not going to add the whole rainbow of enamel dots on one sheet. But when it comes to the one specific color, it's going to get applied. And I think it works really well, especially with the silver glitter that I have. It almost looks like I blew the glitter away from where it was supposed to be, and it's scattered throughout my layout. So I really like that part of it. It's the heart. I just need to know if the heart is okay. Should I redo it? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. In the close-ups, I really like how the heart looks. I like the little peekings of said hearts and whatnot. So I don't know, you guys. I'm all over the place. Christine, thank you so much for such an amazing sketch. I had full intention of using it, I promise, but it didn't end up the way it was. I do apologize from the bottom of my heart. Don't forget to check out all of the links that I have down below. For Messy Monday, I have a playlist. For Mix It Up Monday, I have a playlist as well as a couple links to some Instagram folks. And then, of course, Scraptember, I have a playlist, and I found the Facebook group. So that link is down there now too. Yay! All right, you guys, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it, and I will check you guys all later. Bye.